Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today was a snow day. So if you think I'm getting out of my giant gray sweater that I've been wearing all day and doing anything with my hair, then throwing it in a ponytail without even brushing it, you're crazy. Normally I stress about a snow day because it means I ain't getting paid, but you know what? Some days your girl just needs a snow day. I don't have my monitor right now because me and the boo worked from home a little bit today. Well, me a little bit, him a lot. So he has his monitor. So I can't see what I look like. So if I look like a big bahunga, you know why. So we did the top 5 most boring drugstore brands, exciting drugstore brands. Now it is time to slay the high end of the store. It is time to do the top 5 most boring high-end brands. Coming in at number 5, and I might get a lot of hate for this, but it is Benefit. To be honest, every single time I walk up to Benefit, maybe it's because I know it has like that retro vibe, but it's like that bright orange display, and I'm just like, everything's like in the wall, and I'm just like, they're skincare products. They haven't changed up in forever. They come in like those super old school bottles, which is charming, but every time I look at the skincare, I'm like, nah. And I know that they like repackage and re-release things and they're trying, but it just, to me, isn't anything worthwhile sometimes. Their blushes, I hear nothing but good things, and I have the Cheekathon blush palette. But there's something about the theme and everything that goes with Benefit that just doesn't excite me. Especially because back in the day, I associated Benefit with, they would always come out with like sets, box products with eyeshadows and like a highlighter and a tinted, one of their face tints, Benetints. And I was just like, I don't want like a box of crappy products. A box this big. It's like very similar. Look at this. So this is the NYX Santiago palette. And it looks like this, where it's just like this big bulky box with like a mascara and products, and it's like Benefit used to release products like this all the time, where I was like, I really kind of don't feel like paying $40 for a big hunka-hunga that looks like this. And the products have been, a lot of people have talked about how the products in the boxes that they release, even in the Cheekathon and the new cheek palette they released, are nowhere near the actual box blush standards. And their concealers, they come in like little jars, and I'm just like, ugh. Everybody loves the roller lash. I'm not the biggest fan. Then they came out with the roller eyeliner, and that completely bombed. And then they had those two. They had like the ombre lip thing, and I don't want to buy it. I really don't. Nothing about it screams like this is awesome. And I'll give them props. A couple things are a little bit, maybe I'll say innovative, but exciting? Most certainly not. I don't want to completely write Benefit off. I want them to do better. That's why they take up such a huge section of my Ulta. They have like the whole Benefit section. I'm just like, I want more from you, Benefit. Your cutesy little themed stuff is not doing it for me. I'm bored. I don't want your like mature-esque products in this cutesy packaging. It's very confusing. I omitted a couple of things that I find really boring in the store that are more like skincare oriented, because for me, when I'm going and it's like skincare, like I like skincare, but a brand that like heavily like Perricone MD and Dr. Jart and all that, they're boring to me. And even Clinique, Clinique has they made a comeback with those cheek pop blushes and lipsticks, but they're a very heavily skincare focused brand. So since that's just like super not, I mean, I do love skincare, but I'm not like drawn to the skincare section of the high-end stores. So since that's like not what I go for, that's kind of cheating. So I want to go with like the more heavily makeup brands that bore me to tears. Number 4 is Lancome. I just feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, that Lancome is targeting a more mature audience, more mature consumer almost, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do. I don't know why I associate it with a more mature consumer, but to be honest, they're always coming out with like these super expensive, like Lancome's holiday palettes are between $50 and $70, and they're all like 50 shades of neutrals. and they came out with like, I was in Ulta the other day and they came out with like this cream highlight palette that just was glitter packed into like a greasy base. It was so odd, but that's just another wall that I blow past. I know some people love their foundations, but from the packaging to, it's just, and I can really appreciate sleek, simple, high-end packaging. Boring almost. I think boring can be classy, but there is just something about the Lancome packaging that I'm like, it is just not doing it for me. It's quite the sleeper, and every time I touch their eyeshadows, I'm not thrilled. I feel like I touched a couple chalky things, and they also now take up a huge wall of my Ulta. And I want to try the Juicy Shakers, but I don't want to pay that much. Everyone was like raving about the matte ones, but I'm scared. The oil ones look kind of lame. Like it's a lip oil in a pod, which is cute, but I don't need a lip oil in a pod for $20-something. I feel like in my brain, I equate with, oh, Lancome is not boring. They are just targeting the mature audience, but they're not. That's like something I've made up in my brain because I've associated it with that when it's not true. They are trying to have a general consumer, general audience of all ages, and I ain't buying it. It's just the packaging and everything. I'm not doing it, no. Number 3 is the balm. And I know the balm is considered high-end. They sell it at Kohl's, you can buy it online. There's a couple of products that people love, like their blushes and their Mary Luminizer and everything about that. I want to try the Mary Luminizer highlighter so bad, but at the same time, there is something about the balm that I just am not excited by. I don't really like their packaging. I know some people do. They go for like also kind of like the Benefit, very retro themed packaging. But their packaging always looks so busy to me, and in a way that looks almost heavily literature heavy? I don't want to say literature heavy. I just feel like there's like words and pictures all over their stuff that it looks like very scientific pamphlet-esque, even though I know that's not what it is, because everything is just here, there, and I don't like it. There's no cohesion. It's like cutesy, but a lot of words, but it looks like pamphlet that I have to read through, and their eyeshadow palettes are like ginormous, and the colors are always so strange. Every single time I see a balm palette, I'm like I don't want complete cohesion because I want to be an artist, but at the same time, I don't want like a black, a neon green, a forest green, and a dark purple. It's like, okay, well, it's interesting, but I'm also bored because I don't want to buy anything from you because everything always looks so freaking crazy. The colors look crazy. Every time I swatch their eyeshadows, I'm not like crazy excited. The Nude Tude and the Nude Dude, and now there's gonna be like a Nude Tude 3. I also just am not drawn to them. They seem very Naked Palette-esque. And there's a million neutral palettes, and I know like the Nude Tude was one of the originals, but even back then I was just like, I don't even own it, and I own every eyeshadow palette on the planet, and they swatch very nicely, but it is the same song that has been sung 42,000 times. I feel like their products would appeal to me. I would be the type of person who would really enjoy their products, but it is just something about their packaging, and like they never really release that many new things. I feel like they always are just constantly marketing what they already have, which is a good thing sometimes because it's like, okay, you're confident, you like what you did, your regular line products are bomb. Get it, the bomb. But I don't really fall into that excitement with that brand, and I never am like, let me get it. So my memory card ran out of memory, so if this looks different, it's because I'm back. Number 2 is kind of like out of the Lancome textbook, something that I feel like is meant for a more mature consumer, but is trying to break that and not doing it well. So Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder is another brand that I just walk up to the counter and I'm almost overwhelmed by being so uninspired. Yes, I am overwhelmed by uninspiration at the Estee Lauder counter. Every single time I'm over there, it's just very dated. Again, I'm using the term dated. Their packaging bores me, their products bore me. Every time I swatch their products, I'm not hugely into them. I know everybody loves the Estee Lauder Double Wear, but name one more product that you've heard of from Estee Lauder besides the Double Wear. Oh wait. And even the Double Wear bottle is boring AF looking. Oh my god. I look at it and it just looks like something in a lab that is not cool. It's something in the back that you use for the most boring things in the lab. It doesn't blow anything up. It's like the soap to clean your fingernails after you do a cool experiment. Estee Lauder's products, they do a lot of these free stuff giveaways where you buy like $50 worth of products, you get $75 worth of this. My aunt does that. She gave me a holiday palette by Estee Lauder. The palette that she gave me that she was like, I don't know what to do with this giant palette, you'll know better. She gave it to me and the products in that palette were worse than a Claire's palette. Like, let me not even knock Claire's. I'm talking Claire's 100% asbestos is better than this palette was. It was so chalky, so cheap. The $1.99 stuff from the drugstore is better. So I understand it's like, well Meg, it was free, but if you're gonna do this promotion of giving out your products for free and you're going to give out such crap quality products, shame on you. I don't want some crappy palette that I'm gonna declutter in a day because it's so poor and I can't even get an eye look out of it for free for buying $50 of your crappy products. They tried to target a younger audience with their Estee Edit collection and Kendall Jenner, and there was a bronzer in it that looked cool, but there's just... So I know that as of right now, yes, we are opening tomorrow. Sorry guys, I lost my train of thought because as I've said, there is a snow day today and I manage a dental practice, office manage a dental practice. So now everyone's calling me like, do we have to go to work tomorrow? I'm like, yes, roads are plowed, yes, you have to go to work. They're just looking for me to be like, no, we're closed. People don't need their dental surgeries. But anyway, now that I lost my train of thought on Estee Lauder, whatever. I don't like you, Estee Lauder. You bore me to tears. Number one. Now this is like a recent development in the high-end world, and I'm just like, just laugh with me. Like, what are you still doing here? Why are you still taking up this space? What are you doing? I just don't understand it. And they got a bigger display. And I'm like, and I did recently just buy a product from them and I'll touch stuff from there, but when I go up to it, I honestly have more inspiration looking and picking up my dog's crap than when I look at the wall display of this brand, and it's Mally. Everything to me about Mally just screams HSN, QVC, somehow made it to Ulta, and you know what? Good for Mally. She's making it, and I'm sure some of her products are bomb. Emily Noel seems to love them. I always swatch that highlighter that's super overpriced, and I'm like, oh, this is more glittery and glimmery than shimmery, and it's like $42, so I'm like, no. But it's like every single time I walk over, it's the same thing. It's like the blush and the highlight, the other blush and highlight. They almost look the same exact color, and there's like Mally like, ha 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 ha. On the display laughing with her hair blowing in the wind. And even when I watch Emily Noel talk about it and she starts to go like, oh, and this product from Mally, my eyes like glaze over like a shark, and I'm like, oh. They have like these eyeliner or eyeshadow sticks that she loves, but it's like, I don't need another goddamn cream eyeliner stick. And I look at her packaging and it's like, oh, okay, but I can't believe they're still at Ulta. Like, that Fiona Styles brand was gone. Honest Beauty, I don't even think that's an Ulta anymore in like 2 seconds. So obviously Mally is doing something right because people are buying her products, but I don't know who, because when I'm over there, I'm like, in fact, I'm not even anything. This is what I see when I go over there because I don't really look at it ever. Ever. It's like the type of thing where it's like, oh, but then something so much more flashy and glimmery catches your eyes. So you're like, oh, goodbye. Because you just can't deal with looking at the Mally display in all its Mally glory. Have they released anything new? And it's like new from Mally Beauty. And I stalk the Ulta page of new arrivals every day. I'm like, and an hour later I'll be like, anything new? A couple hours and I was like, anything new? I've never seen Mally on there. Never. And when I look at them in the store, if Mally is your favorite brand, go you. Tell me down below what is so awesome about this brand, because even if the brand was awesome, I just, like I said, I see all these other brands around me that are so innovative and cool and so much more, I don't want to say flashy because I like simple stuff too, but so much more eye-catching and professional looking than Mally. So I'm just like, bye, see ya. There is just something in my brain. There's like a blocker in my brain that like Mally tries to go into and it's like, F no, ugh. Don't think about this brand, ugh. And every time I walk over there, my inspiration is just like, oh, dies like a wilted flower. It's really quite criminal that a makeup brand and a makeup artist-esque person, I probably should have done more research on her, would kill my creativity and my inspiration, which sounds so horrible, but that is what happens when I walk over to Mally, okay? That's just what happens. Guys, thank you so much for watching my top 5 high-end, boring ass products, okay? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy hanging out with me, you can subscribe down below. Thank you, and have a fantastic evening and stay warm out there because on the East Coast it is freezing. Bye!